Hello and welcome to this Bitcoin price analysis video. It is the 4th of April 2024 and currently 7:24 in the morning Central European time. Over the recent 24 hours, gold has made another high as expected. The S&P 500 is trying to bring back some of the losses that it had, which I'm assuming over the coming weeks it's going to make new highs again. The UK 100 is doing literally exactly the same as the S&P 500. There is showing some form of growth or expansion within both of the markets. And the price of oil just gets more expensive. And there's also talks about them cutting the amount of oil production that they do on a daily basis to even fuel even more higher prices. Before we start moving into the Bitcoin price, I just want to warn you, I am not a financial advisor. I am not a professional trader. I'm literally just a guy sat in front of my monitor talking to a microphone about my own portfolio, about my wife and I's portfolio, and about when we want to get into the market, get out of the market, take profits, and basically about our money. Our money strategy is a long-term strategy. We're talking about over 20 years. So whatever we invest right now, we are looking to take out in 20 years time. And we are all about patience and discipline and timing, and when to get into the market and out of the market. And we do our own research and due diligence about our trades. With that said, let me just introduce myself. My name is David Thorne. This is my channel. I do make other types of videos like drone videos. I do videos about Borussia Dortmund. I do videos about programming, or just general topics about living in Germany. So if you do see one of my other videos popping up, just scroll by if you're not interested. But these videos right now, whilst we're having some form of movement in the Bitcoin price, I am doing a daily Bitcoin analysis. Sometimes I'm doing 2 videos a day, sometimes I'm doing 3, but I want to advise people, I want to help people to know when you should or shouldn't get into Bitcoin. So if you are new to Bitcoin and you've just recently heard on the news that Bitcoin price is making all-time new highs, it's a hedge against inflation, should you get in now or should you not get in now? Well, the short answer is, the TLDR is no. All right, it's not the right time. You have missed that one bus, but there's a possible bus coming in the future. And just as if you don't want to watch any further, the possible price in the future is around about 48,500. But I would say for you to just take that as a number with a pinch of salt. It could go even lower, right? But it could go even higher right now. But at one point it's got to correct. That is my short term. That is my short version. Okay. Now that we've got that bit out of the way, I just want to say before we move on, I make these videos for free, and it would be really, really nice of you if you could just go ahead right now and smash that like button. Come on, just stop watching right now and smash that like button. You know, this really gives me that good feeling, and it shows me that you really like this content, or it's just a way of you saying thank you. That's all I'm asking for. Now, on the screen right now, you see my DJ Thorne trading indicator. You don't need to pay for a TradingView subscription. You don't need to pay $20 or whatever it is per month to be able to have multiple indicators on your screen. As you can see here, I've got like 5 indicators on here: the 5, the 15. Well, actually, I've got many. I've got the 300, the 200, the 50, the 15, the 5, the 8, and the 5 EMAs. Then I've got the Bollinger Bands in the background as well. There's a whole bunch of indicators on here, and I'm not paying for it. So I'm going to put on the screen right now my GitHub repository. This is where you can download the script. So you'll see where the code is. All you've got to do is copy and paste that one code, and then just copy it, and then just paste it into the Pine editor down here, and then just click add to chart, and that is it. And then you will see this editor come up, and every single time I update it, I will update that code. So whatever you're seeing on here is what you're seeing on the GitHub repository. Okay, with that all out the way, and now I hope that you've liked and subscribed to my channel, we can jump in to start talking about the Bitcoin price. As per normal, we're going to start at the weekly candle. So let's get started, huh? As we can see right now, the weekly chart is looking a little bit maroon, which means there's not a great amount of volume, but it's still a lot more than a grey one, all right? A grey one is, well, a hollow one. A hollow one is basically meaning there is no volume. A grey one meaning, oh, there's a little bit more volume than a hollow one. And a maroon one saying, hey, I'm starting to pick up volume right now. And then a red one is there's like lots and lots of volume. This is like institutional volume that is coming in. So this is like, oh, a little bit in between. It's, you know, it's not institutional, but it's a little bit more volume than expected. And that's the same for the blue. The blue going up is saying, hey, I've got some volume, but not a great deal right now. So, oh, sorry, and in between maroon there is purple as well. Purple is basically the same as blue. It's saying I've got some volume. Okay, so we can see here that we've got some downside, and the 5 EMA is starting to bend. The 8 EMA is like, you go, okay, well, I possibly could follow suit as well. And there's a kink in the 15. But right now, we've still, on Thursday, we've still got Friday, Saturday, Sunday to go. But it is looking right now like it's going to be a down week. But we have to go into the daily time frame to have some confirmation on this. And this is what is really important. Always seek confirmation. Just because you see something, dig deep even further to have multiple times of confirmation from this. Okay, so now looking at, let's just remove some of these, hide the drawings. So now looking at the daily chart, we can see that the 5, the 8 is now below the 15. So we do have some downward movements. The averages are saying there's downward movements. Now, yesterday's video said that, you know, there's chance there that I said that there would be a sideways movement, a indecisive movement yesterday, and it did play out. Maybe a little bit of luck, maybe I saw something, but anyway, it did play out, okay? But today, I expect to see at least a purple candle or a big red candle, I would say. Now, what we could see is we could see like 2 or 3 days worth of sideways movement as well, and then a big red candle. But I see that we are definitely going to the 50 EMA. Now, there's a couple of ways we can go. We can go big red candle down to the 50 EMA, right? Or we can go sideways and the EMA comes up. Now, we've seen one of the indecisive candles, so there's nothing stopping today being an indecisive candle. But really, we want to see lots of movement down. Now, this is a light red candle, which means there's not lots of volume. And you can traditionally see large movement on low volume candles, right? That's because there aren't lots of people buying or selling at the different movements, which means the order book has got to jump prices. So anyway, there's a possibility right now that we see downward trend. And remember, the market is the master. We always have to go with the market. And at the moment, we are seeing that the market is telling us it wants to go down. So we've got to trust the market. And we're going to say on the daily time scale, we're going to say, okay, you are going down. And the weekly has said, hey, I'm going down right now. And the daily says, I want to go down. So we're going to trust it right now that it's telling us we're going down. So now on the 4 hourly chart, we can see here that the 5, the 8 and the 15 all below the 50. So we now know that we've got a lower than normal average price. And we've got possibly a close but underneath the 200. So we see we've got really lower than normal average prices. But we can see here that there is some form of support level. And the question is how strong is this support level? So we saw 2 big red candles. This is lots of volume here, right? To pushing it down. And so that meant there was lots of buying volume as well to keep it up. Because if there was lots of downward force, that means there was lots of upwards force to keep the price from going down any lower from, like, say, 60,000. And we can see that on the blue candle coming up. The blue candle isn't anywhere near as much volume as the red candle, but there's lots of volume on the blue candle, all right? So we saw that, but that meant that there's lots of selling pressure down here as well. If someone's buying, someone's got to be selling. Someone's selling, someone's got to be buying. And then we see this sideways movement, but still lots of pressure going down. And we're still outside of, or beneath, should we say, the 5, the 8 and the 15 EMA. And we've got this downwards trajectory right now. So as far as I'm concerned, we are seeking confirmation, and our confirmation is starting to say final, that we should see downward movement. And we've got this zone down here that we are possibly want to go to. Now, yesterday we had these boxes that we drew to show us where there's possible supply and demand zones, or support demand zones, basically. And we can see that it came into that area, and at the moment we can see here that there is buying activity. There is strong buying activity. Now we've gone past the 7:30 time, and we do get strong buying activity at 7:30. So someone is wanting to buy, and you can see here that we got a maroon candle, and we got some like hollow red. So we've got weak volume here, low volume here going down, and then we've got a little bit more than normal volume or buying pressure now. So the question is this going to continue in the next hourly candle, right? Well, at the moment we've got indecisiveness here in this candle with 24 minutes to go. So this could indicate more selling pressure going down, or this could indicate it going up. We don't have a oversold signal at the bottom here yet, so we've got room to go down even further, but we've got to realize that there is some form of support here, and if that is weak and the buyers cannot hold that price, then it's got to go down, and we're still looking at an hourly level. So let's dig even deeper to a half hourly level. So half hourly level is beneath the 5, the 18, the 15 and the 50, and obviously the 50 is way below the 200 and 300. So we do have a downward motion right now. So the market is telling us we should go with the trend, right? We should go with how it looks right now. And we do have a little bit higher than normal volume here, right? Just on these two bars, but we can see the buying pressure isn't massive. The volume isn't massive. So we're not seeing lots and lots of people jumping in right now. And in order for us to go with a trade, we should see like active amount of participation in the market. And right now we only see that when it's going down, and we need to wait to see what the next movement is. So let's keep on going. The half an hour, it looks like it's trying to stay at this one level, but there only needs to be like a lack of buyers, and this price will drop dramatically. I don't see the price coming above the 50, all right? It might come and try and test the 50. It might come and try and test this high once again in the next, say, 90 minutes. But I can't see that it... I see the price going down to test this bottom area here. Now, it may come up and stay within inside of this range, because we've seen that it likes this range, all right? So it could come up here and come back down again, like it did yesterday, all right? So I wouldn't say that's not going to happen. If we are going to follow a range for a couple of days here, then we would expect up and down, up and down, up and down, which is nice, nice for like swing traders and stuff like that, to buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, and keep doing it all the time it's going sideways. But right now, I would expect it to come and test this lower region of here. It tried this morning already. So let's dig even deeper and see what the 15-minute time frame says. So we can see that the 5 is slowing down, right? It's trying to curve, and it's trying to go above the 8. So we can see that it's trying to get higher average prices. Whether it has the strength or not is something different. And this green line is basically indicating that previous support zone that it has broken. So we know that over the past hour, 2 hours, it has broken that one previous buy-in pressure that was down here. And so now the question is if that is selling pressure to go down, and it really needs like lots of volume to get above this. The question is the European market, and will the European market and the London market have enough pressure to push it back up to this this previous support zone, now resistance zone, or is Europe and London going to start selling off and push it down even further? So let's go down to the 5-minute time frame, and we can see red candles now. Red candles are showing there's a little bit higher than normal volume. So we see there's lots of selling. A maroon candle kind of follows that trend as well, but we don't see like big green candles down here. But we see some buying here as well, and we see some selling off. So it really looks like it's just doing a short correction on this one resistance zone now, or testing to see whether this is the top of this one little this next path going down. So over the coming half an hour, what would I be looking out for? Well, I would be looking out for prices staying above the 5, the 8 and the 15 on the 5-minute time frame. I would be looking for strong candles coming above the 50 and it closing above the 50 with strength. All right, so it's not like just creeping above it. If it creeps above the 50, then it'll rocket back down again. But if it can go at nice steady pace all the way up and then test the 200 and come back down and test the 50 and then come up again and test the 300 and then close above the 300, come and test the 300 again and then come and test this resistance zone and nicely and then pump through it as well. We're not talking about like 3 candles pumping through, because the quicker it goes up, the faster it goes down. All right, so we're talking about strength. But right now, the only thing that I see, well, I see 2 things, is that this is going to follow this range once again, right? We might come and test these bottoms, but I would guess we're going to come and test this top as well, or it's going to shift outside of this range and make a new range and come and test down here. So I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not a fortune teller, but what the breadcrumbs it's leaving for us right now is that yes, there is a range here, and are people accumulating right now, right? Or are they distributing right now? If they're accumulating for buying low, selling high, then this is a good signal to us. So we should take this as a buying moment down here. If you're doing a short-term trading, then this would be a good buying moment, and selling anywhere up here. So, you could buy in, like 20% here and maybe buying 20% here. And then if it does move up higher, then start selling some here if you're looking at making just short-term profits today. But I would expect right now that we're probably going to test this zone up here, at least 61.3, before we might go down. And if it does have strength here to push up and test the next resistance zone, then all well and good. But then we would expect to see like fast movement, I would say. Through this zone here, I would guess to see we would go straight up to say 63.7, super easy, as long as it can break these boundaries. Getting above like 62.5 is going to be a task, but once it gets through 62.5, then it will just zoom straight up to 64.5 or at least the 64 area. I would, 64.5 is about right. It would zoom up to that. Whether it goes back down again after that is another question. We can't paint that picture. But the first job it has to do is push through this resistance zone, and it's tapping it once, twice, 3 times. And 4 times, and we've got more of a sell-off here, we've got more of a sell-off here. The question is on this one, does it come through, and is this going to be like a kind of trap to people, to people to buy in here, to break out, it go up and then just snap back down again? If I had to gamble, which I'm not going to gamble, I would say that a lot of people are going to buy here with hopes that it's going to go higher, and then it's going to come to about here, and then it's going to have this massive red candle and boom it back down again to then meet down here. This is just like a trick. This is just to get people to buy in here, to sell up here, and so on. So with that said, I think I've spoken enough about this now. Let's just go back out to see what the hourly candle looks like whilst we've been talking. We've got an indecisive green candle, but we haven't got any strength behind it. There's no strength. Let's look at the 4 hour. What time did that start? 6 o'clock. So there's loads of room on this one candle, but we've seen now that we're starting to build this new support zone here. All right, so we can maybe delete this one, but you can see here where the 2 overlap. How this finishes at 10 o'clock, well, we don't know right now, but we can move this one across as well to see what that one does. With that said, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've got something out this video. If we do continue to see this range today, then I won't make another video. However, if we do see movement below, then I will probably make another video sometime, maybe at lunchtime this afternoon. So look out for that. And the only way you can get notified of that is either subscribing or just by checking the channel all the time. So if you do want to watch all of the other videos that I've made in this Bitcoin price analysis for 2024, come over to my channel and check out all of these videos, and you can go back and see I've annotated them with what type of change they've had, the open, the close, so you can see what the market looked like in the morning on that one day. And sometimes I've made 2 videos just based upon whether it was a sell-off or whether it was like a strong buy. Right now I haven't made one with any buying because they've just been sell-off. So as you can see here, yesterday had a minus or a negative of 6.25%. So if you are new, you can watch all of these videos, and I've made other Bitcoin videos as well, but these tend to look more into the technical side of it. And I'm not a professional trader, so that's why I don't call it technical analysis. I just call it my price analysis. Okay. With that said, remember to like the video, please, at least. Otherwise, I will see you in either this afternoon's video or tomorrow's video. Have a safe day. Thank you very much for watching, and ciao, ciao, and goodbye.